Okay, so let's dive into something that's been on a lot of people's minds lately.
Yeah.
This whole remote work revolution
Hmm.
and what it means for, you know,
Yeah.
Silicon Valley and beyond. I mean, think about it.
Right.
You're in your, you know, tiny Mountain View apartment,
Yeah.
paying $4,000 a month
Oh, yeah.
just for the privilege of being close to,
Right.
the
We're
action.
a hub.
And then suddenly,
Yeah.
remote work hits, and it's like a whole new world opens up.
For sure.
Right. Maybe
Yeah.
you could have,
Mm-hmm.
a house with a yard in Sacramento
Right.
or Austin or who knows where. So we're going to unpack all of this.
Yeah.
We're going to look at how remote work is fueling these migration trends,
Mm-hmm.
how it's impacting real estate,
Yeah.
and what it could mean for you, whether you're thinking about
Yeah.
making a move or just curious about the market.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's wild to think about
Yeah.
how the pandemic forced Silicon Valley,
Uh-huh.
which was always this centralized hub,
Right.
to suddenly go remote practically overnight.
Yeah. It really did feel like someone hit fast forward on this whole,
Yeah.
work from anywhere trend.
Totally.
Right.
Right.
And even though some companies are trying to like claw their way back
Right.
to the old ways,
Yeah.
I think the genie's kind of out of the bottle now.
Yeah. I think so too. I think people have gotten a taste of that
Yeah.
flexibility and
Yeah,
that freedom.
totally. So where are people actually going?
Yeah.
Like, what are the hot spots?
So we are seeing this
Yeah.
kind of noticeable migration
Uh-huh.
to more affordable places. I mean,
Makes sense.
it makes sense. People are prioritizing cost of living,
Yeah.
quality of life,
Yeah.
within California, even places like Sacramento, the Central Valley,
Okay.
are getting a lot of attention
Interesting. Yeah.
because housing is cheaper and you're still within driving distance.
Right. You're not totally cutting yourself off
Exactly.
from the Bay Area.
I mean, just to give you a sense.
Yeah.
The median home price in Sacramento,
Okay.
it's about half
Wow.
of what you would pay in San Jose.
So it's like a modern day
Right.
gold rush,
Yeah.
except instead of covered wagons,
Yeah.
it's Teslas and laptops.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Heading east. And they're bringing their
Exactly. And they're bringing those
Yeah.
Silicon Valley salaries
Right.
with them.
Exactly.
The average tech worker
Yeah.
who's moving to Sacramento
Okay.
is making like $175,000 a year,
That's a lot of money.
which is
Yeah.
way above the median income
Yeah.
for the region. So you can imagine that's having a huge impact.
Yeah. So it's not just individuals moving. It's like
Right.
that money.
It's like their spending power
Yeah.
is reshaped. Right.
These communities.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So what about folks who are looking
Mm-hmm.
beyond California?
Yeah.
What are some of the...
So outside of California,
Yeah.
we're seeing
Uh-huh.
cities like Austin,
Okay.
Denver,
Mm-hmm.
Seattle
Okay.
popping up as
Yeah.
alternatives.
Interesting.
They each have their own kind of vibe, right?
Ah,
Like Austin has the music scene.
right.
Denver has the outdoors.
Yeah.
Seattle has this kind of
Yeah.
established tech culture already.
Great.
But
Yeah.
for a lot of people,
Yeah.
the big draw is
Yeah.
the cost of living.
It's got to be the cost of living.
It's significantly lower
Right.
compared to
Yeah.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah. And what's interesting is it's not just like individuals moving.
No,
Like
companies too.
you're seeing like companies
Yeah.
either relocating
Right.
or opening satellite offices
Yeah.
in these places.
Thanks.
Oracle moved
Mm.
their headquarters to Austin.
Right.
Right.
Back in 2020.
Tesla's building a gigafactory there.
Right.
It's like these places are becoming,
Yeah.
mini Silicon Valleys
Mini hubs. Yeah.
in their own right.
Yeah.
So what does all this mean
Yeah.
for Silicon Valley itself? Like
Right.
that's the
Is it losing its mojo?
I mean, that's the $1 million question. It's
Yeah.
hard to say for sure.
Right.
But we have seen like a bit of a cooling in
Um,
demand for smaller homes.
Yeah.
Especially condos in some of those core areas.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Silicon Valley still
Yeah.
has a lot to offer.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still got
Yeah.
all these venture capitalists, the mentors,
Mm-hmm.
the top universities. I mean, it's still
It's still a powerhouse.
a really desirable place.
Yeah.
to be.
Things are definitely.
Yeah. The landscape's definitely changing.
Yeah. So it's not just people leaving Silicon Valley.
Right.
You're also seeing this.
There's another
Yeah.
trend happening
Yeah.
at the same time,
Uh-huh.
which is people moving to
Okay.
the suburbs.
So they're not leaving the Bay Area.
But they're staying
You're just trying to find
within driving distance of Silicon
a
Valley.
breathing room, maybe a yard.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For the kids.
Yeah. Thinking about places like
Yeah, like where?
Evergreen,
Okay.
Los Gatos, Willow Glen,
Okay.
those areas.
Yeah.
They offer larger homes, better schools,
Uh-huh.
and it's just a different
Yeah.
pace of life.
Right.
But you're still within
You can still
reasonable commute
get to work.
Yeah.
Right.
of Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
data from Zillow actually shows
Oh, wow.
that
Okay.
the median home values.
Yeah, in Los Gatos
Okay.
have gone up.
Okay.
Like over 15%
Wow.
in the past year.
So there's definitely demand.
So yeah, there's a lot of demand
Yeah.
for that.
For that kind of
Suburban lifestyles.
suburban lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with that.
Especially with
Yeah.
remote work flexibility
Yeah.
that people have now.
What about those who are staying put?
Yeah.
Like right in
In
the heart of Silicon Valley.
yeah. So in the urban areas,
Yeah.
we are seeing some interesting
Okay.
developments. The demand
Okay.
for condos in those smaller homes,
Uh-huh.
especially at
Right.
the higher price points,
Right.
has softened a bit.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. You see it most in places like
Like where?
Palo Alto,
Okay.
Mountain View,
Uh-huh.
where
Yeah.
there's more inventory available
Okay.
and prices have cooled slightly.
Yeah. Interesting. So could this be an opportunity for
It could be.
Yeah. buyers who've been priced out
Right.
before?
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah. So maybe there's a little bit of hope
Yeah.
for those folks who are dreaming of.
Mm-hmm.
Know that?
That Palo Alto address.
Yeah, exactly. What about the folks who are
Yeah.
in the suburbs now?
So for those who own property
Yes.
in the suburbs,
Yeah. Are they doing okay in this market?
I mean, in a lot of cases,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the demand for those larger homes,
Mhm.
you know, the ones with the home offices, the big backyards,
Yeah.
that's still really strong.
So it's like the opposite.
Yeah, in some areas you're seeing
Wow.
bidding wars
Okay.
and prices are holding steady or
Okay.
even going up.
Okay. And what about rentals?
Rentals are picking up too.
Okay.
There's more demand
Yeah.
from folks who maybe aren't ready to buy,
Right.
but they want that.
That space.
Extra space.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're a seller in the suburbs,
Right.
you've kind of got the upper hand right now.
Yeah, you're in a good spot.
Yeah. What should those sellers be thinking about?
I mean, it's all about
Yeah.
highlighting those features
Okay.
that really cater to that remote work lifestyle.
Okay.
So, you know, really showcasing
Yeah.
those home office spaces,
Mhm.
making sure you've got strong internet,
Got to have good internet.
outdoor areas
Yeah.
for, you know, relaxation and
Yeah.
recreation.
Okay.
People want homes
Yeah.
that can accommodate
Right.
that whole work-life balance.
Right. It's not just about work anymore.
Exactly.
Okay. So we've got folks leaving Silicon Valley,
Mhm.
folks moving to the suburbs.
Yeah.
The real estate market is kind of doing its thing.
It's definitely in flux.
But there's this other big piece of the
Hey.
puzzle that we haven't really talked about yet.
Mm-hmm.
The tech companies themselves.
Right. The companies,
Like, what role are they playing?
well, I mean, their policies
Yeah.
on remote work
Uh-huh.
are going to continue to have a huge impact.
Yeah, like if Google or Apple
Exactly.
suddenly said everybody back in the office.
Right.
Yeah.
Things could change pretty quickly.
It would totally shift things.
Yeah, if they embrace,
Yeah.
you know, the hybrid model
Oh,
or
yeah.
fully
It's
remote,
just going to accelerate.
it's going to keep pushing things
Yeah, all these trends we're seeing.
in that direction.
So it's like everyone's kind of
yeah,
waiting to see
kind of a wait and see game.
what these big companies
Yeah, what are they going to
are
do?
going to do.
Yeah.
So let's zoom out for a sec.
Okay.
We've got this geographic diversification happening
Mm,
in the tech industry.
right.
Like, could we actually see a more,
That's a good question.
yeah,
Yeah, like a more distributed
with all these
with innovation hubs popping up.
all over the country?
Yeah. Will Silicon Valley
Yeah.
still be the king? Yeah.
Or will we see something
Yeah.
totally different?
It's like a battle
Yeah, it's like a competition.
for talent and innovation.
Right. Different cities are trying to
Yeah.
get a piece of that pie.
Yeah, exactly. So what are these cities doing?
Well, a lot of them are offering tax incentives.
Okay.
They're trying to streamline
Yeah.
regulation.
To make it easier.
Yeah, to make it easier
Yeah.
for companies to come in.
Just set up shop.
They're also investing
Yeah.
in infrastructure,
Like what kind of infrastructure?
high-speed internet,
Okay.
public transportation,
Makes sense.
things that make it
Yeah.
easier to live and work.
Right. So it's not just about having the jobs.
No, it's about creating
Yeah.
a place where people want to be.
That whole ecosystem.
Exactly. And it seems like it's working.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of tech talent
Okay.
moving to these cities.
Interesting.
And they're starting to develop their
Yeah.
own kind of
Yeah.
tech cultures and ecosystems.
Yeah.
So Silicon Valley is still
Yeah.
a major player.
It's still got a lot of advantages.
Yeah, what are some of the things
I mean, it's got
Yeah.
decades of history.
of innovation?
Yeah, that entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, it's got that network of venture capitalists,
No.
those top
Yeah.
universities
Stanford, Berkeley.
pumping out all that talent.
So it's not just about
No, it's not just the
Yeah, no,
buildings.
it's the network, it's the mentorship.
It's that intangible.
Yeah, you can't just build that
Yeah.
overnight.
So we've got these,
It takes time.
up and coming
Yeah, these new hubs.
tech hubs with a lot of momentum.
Yeah, but Silicon Valley's
Yeah.
not going down
Not without a fight.
without a fight.
Yeah.
So what does this all mean?
I mean, it's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this shift towards geographic diversification,
Uh-huh.
it's definitely creating more opportunities for tech workers, and
Yeah.
it's fostering
Yeah.
this competition,
Which could lead to
which is ultimately
yeah.
good for innovation.
So it's like a
Yeah, it's a win-win
Yeah.
in a lot of ways.
so the tech industry is going through
Definitely going through
a lot of change.
unprecedented change.
Yeah. But it sounds like ultimately
Yeah,
it could be.
I think it's a good thing
Good thing.
for everyone.
Okay, so let's bring it back down
Okay.
to earth for a second.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a tech worker
Right.
trying to navigate all of this,
Yeah, trying to make sense of it all.
what advice would you give?
I would say adaptability
Okay.
is key. Adaptability. Be open to exploring new locations, embracing
Yeah.
remote work,
Yeah.
and just constantly learning
Right.
and upskilling.
Stay ahead of the curve.
Because that old model of staying at one company
Yeah.
for your whole career,
It's gone.
it's not really
It's over.
the reality anymore.
So be proactive.
Yeah.
Be a lifelong learner.
Mm-hmm. And be willing to embrace
Embrace change.
change.
Yeah, and build your network.
Yeah, build your network.
Right.
Connect with people
Yeah.
in different hubs.
Mm-hmm.
Go to
Yeah.
virtual events.
Right.
Stay active
Yeah.
on those online platforms.
Like, you got to be your own career agent.
You got to market yourself.
Yeah, constantly.
You're your own brand, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're a business.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we seeing the biggest impacts?
Well, I think one area where things are really changing
Okay.
is software development.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
it's always been a field where
Yeah.
remote work
It made
is
sense.
possible.
Yeah.
But now it's like the norm.
Yeah, it's just like
As long as you've got
yeah.
a decent internet connection
Yeah.
and a laptop,
you can work from anywhere.
you're good to go.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
And it's creates this global talent pool.
Right.
Companies aren't limited to hiring
Yeah.
locally anymore.
Yeah, you do.
A startup
Yeah.
in Silicon Valley
Yeah,
working with a developer in Berlin.
Or Bangalore.
Yeah, right. It's really opened things up.
So it's good for companies.
It's good for companies, good
Uh,
for developers.
Developers.
Yeah.
Everybody wins.
What about other areas of
Well,
tech?
Oh, it's not just
Yeah.
software development.
Yeah.
We're seeing it in
Okay.
web
Yeah.
design, digital marketing,
Mhm.
data science,
Uh-huh.
even cybersecurity.
Oh, okay. Wow.
A lot of roles that used to be
Yeah.
very office-centric.
Yeah, in person
Yeah.
are now being done
Remotely.
remotely.
Yeah.
It really is changing.
It's changing the
the
whole
whole way we work.
employment model.
Yeah, and I imagine this is having
It is a big impact on
yeah.
that. Yeah. On like,
Traditional idea of
Yeah.
working for one company.
right. It's like the gig economy.
Yeah.
He's coming
with
to-
rise in freelancing,
Yeah.
contract work,
Yeah.
project-based stuff.
So you really got to be
You got to be
The handy.
entrepreneurial.
like you're a business.
You are a business.
Okay, so final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
Yeah.
I would say
Yeah.
embrace
Yeah.
lifelong learning.
Mm.
The tech industry is always changing.
Always change it.
So you got to keep learning.
Yeah. Build those relationships.
Yeah, build those relationships.
Yeah, don't be afraid to
Don't be afraid to
Yeah.
try new things.
take some chances.
Yeah, step outside that comfort zone.
Yeah, I love that.
It's a dynamic time
Yeah.
to be in tech.
So much opportunity.
Yeah, but it
That's
definitely
very-
requires
You got to hustle.
a little hustle.
You got to
yeah.
be willing to put yourself out there.
Well,
We've covered
covered a lot of ground.
a lot today.
Yeah,
From the exodus from Silicon Valley
to the rise of remote work.
to the future of the tech industry.
It's been a really interesting
Yeah, it's been a great conversation. So I hope our listeners
Yeah, I hope everybody
Yeah,
learned
that-
something new.
get some value out of this.
Yeah.
And Hey, if you want to keep the conversation going,
Yeah, come find us.
head over to our social media.
On social media.
I'd love to hear
You let us know
your thoughts.
what you think.
Okay, so that's it
That's it.
for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
We'll be back next week with another
Another deep dive.
deep dive
Yeah.
into something fascinating.
Until then,
Keep diving!
keep diving.